If you are waking up 2, 3, even 4 times a night to use the bathroom, I need you to stop scrolling for the next 20 minutes because what I'm about to show you is not what your doctor has told you, and it is not what you've read online. Most people over 50 think the answer is simple. Just drink less water at night. I'm going to show you why that advice is not only wrong, it might actually be making your nighttime bathroom trips worse. My name is Dr. Berg. For years, I've helped patients just like you. Exhausted, frustrated, afraid to travel, afraid to sit through a movie, afraid to even take a nap on the couch without worrying about making it to the bathroom in time. Here's the truth. There is a specific way to drink water, a timing, a rhythm, a method that can dramatically reduce your nighttime bathroom trips. In some cases, from 4 times a night to 0. And I'm going to walk you through the exact method step by step in this video. But stay with me until the end because tip number 4 is the one almost nobody talks about. And it's often the real reason people over 50 are still waking up at 2 a.m. even after they've tried everything else. Let's get into it. Before we dive in, let me explain quickly why this matters so much, especially after the age of 50. Nighttime urination, we call it nocturia in medicine, isn't just an annoying inconvenience. It's one of the most common reasons older adults report poor sleep, daytime exhaustion, and even falls during the night. Hip fractures caused by stumbling to the bathroom in the dark are sadly something that happens far too often. So this isn't just about comfort. This is about your safety, your energy, your independence, and honestly, your quality of life. The good news is that in most cases, this is fixable. Not with medication, not with expensive supplements, but with something as simple and completely free as how and when you drink water. Let's talk about why this happens in the first place. Because understanding the why is what makes the solution actually work. Before we go into why this happens after 50, let me introduce this channel. Welcome to Dr. Berg, where we share simple, evidence-based health tips to help adults over 60 live healthier and longer lives. Before we get started, I'd love to know 2 things. Tell me your age and where you're watching from in the comments below. I read as many comments as I can because it helps me understand who I'm helping and which health topics matter most to you. And if you haven't subscribed yet, click the subscribe button now so you never miss our weekly health updates. Now, let's get started. Here's something most people don't realize. As we age, our bodies change in 3 specific ways that affect nighttime urination. Once you understand these 3 changes, the solution I'm about to share with you will make complete sense. First, your bladder capacity changes. The bladder is a muscle, and like every other muscle in the body, it can lose some of its elasticity over time. That means it holds less urine than it used to, so it signals you sooner, sometimes even when it isn't truly full. Second, your body's fluid rhythm changes. When you were younger, your body was very good at holding on to fluid during the day and releasing more of it while you were awake. As we get older, that rhythm can flip. More fluid gets released at night instead of during the day. This is called nocturnal polyuria, and it's one of the most common and most treatable causes of nighttime bathroom trips. Third, your daytime habits catch up with you at night. Coffee in the morning, tea in the afternoon, that glass of wine with dinner, salty foods at lunch, all of these affect how your kidneys process fluid hours later, often right around the time you're trying to fall asleep. Now here's the important part. Most people try to solve this problem by simply drinking less water in the evening. And I understand the logic. Less water in means fewer bathroom trips, right? Except that's not how the body actually works. And this is where most people over 50 are getting it wrong. Let me clear up this myth right now because it is by far the most common mistake I see. Mistake number 1, drastically cutting back on water in the evening. When you don't drink enough water overall, your urine becomes more concentrated. Concentrated urine is actually more irritating to the lining of the bladder, not less. That irritation can trigger the sensation that you need to urinate even when your bladder isn't full. So cutting back on water too aggressively can backfire and make you feel like you need to go more often, not less. Mistake number 2, skipping water all day and then trying to catch up in the evening. This is incredibly common among older adults who get busy, forget to drink during the day, and then realize around 6 p.m. that they barely had anything to drink. So they try to make up for it by drinking a large glass of water right before going to bed. That's almost guaranteed to wake you up in the middle of the night. Mistake number 3, not accounting for hidden fluids and hidden sodium. Soup, fruit, ice cream, that innocent-looking sauce on your pasta. All of these contribute fluid or sodium to your body. Sodium pulls water into your bloodstream, and your kidneys eventually have to process that extra fluid. If you eat a large, salty dinner, guess when your body is most likely to process it? Right in the middle of the night. Mistake number 4, and this is the big one. Timing is more important than quantity. Most people focus on how much water they're drinking. Almost nobody thinks about when they're drinking it. That single shift from thinking about how much to thinking about when is the foundation of everything I'm about to teach you. Now that you know what not to do, let's talk about exactly what you should do. This is broken down into 5 simple rules. I want you to really absorb these because together they create a complete daily hydration rhythm, not just a collection of random tips. Rule number 1, front load your hydration. Aim to drink the majority of your daily water, about 70 to 80%, between the time you wake up and around 4 or 5 p.m. Why this time window? Because your body needs several hours to process fluids and move them through your system before bedtime. If you're already well hydrated by mid-afternoon, your body doesn't have to scramble to catch up in the evening, and it won't be holding on to extra fluid that gets released the moment you lie down. A simple way to do this is to keep a water bottle or a glass on your kitchen counter and refill it with your morning coffee, again at lunchtime, and again in the middle of the afternoon. By dinner time, you should already feel fully hydrated, not thirsty and rushing to drink more. Rule number 2, the 2-hour wind down window. Starting about 2 hours before bedtime, begin gradually reducing your fluid intake. This doesn't mean stopping completely. A few small sips are perfectly fine, especially if you're thirsty or taking evening medications. But this is not the time for a full glass of water, a cup of tea, or a bowl of soup. Think of it as gently turning off the faucet, not shutting it off all at once. Your body responds much better to gradual changes than sudden ones. Rule number 3, watch the hidden diuretics. Caffeine and alcohol are both diuretics, meaning they cause your body to lose more fluid than they provide, and that effect can last for several hours. That afternoon cup of coffee or tea could still be affecting your kidneys well into the evening. And that glass of wine with dinner, as relaxing as it may feel, is one of the most common and most overlooked reasons people end up making a 2 a.m. trip to the bathroom. My advice is to have your last caffeinated drink no later than early afternoon. And if you enjoy an alcoholic drink in the evening, consider having it earlier in the day or skipping it a few nights each week to see how your body responds. Rule number 4, the one almost nobody talks about, sodium timing. Remember when I said to stay until the end? Here it is. Most people think about water and caffeine, but almost nobody thinks about sodium timing. When you eat a salty meal, your body needs extra water to balance that sodium in your bloodstream. It often pulls that water from your tissues several hours later, right when you're asleep. Here's the simple fix. Try to make dinner the lightest meal of the day when it comes to sodium. Save saltier foods for lunch when your body still has several hours of daylight and activity to process them. A lighter, lower sodium dinner is one of the most underrated ways to reduce nighttime bathroom trips. Yet almost no one talks about it. Rule number 5, elevate and empty. The final step before bed involves 2 small habits that can make a big difference. First, if you tend to have swelling in your ankles or legs, spend 15 to 20 minutes with your legs elevated during the hour or 2 before bedtime. This helps your body reabsorb and process that extra fluid before you lie down, instead of processing it while you're asleep. A major hidden cause of nighttime urination, especially in people with circulation problems. Second, and this may sound almost too simple, always empty your bladder completely right before getting into bed. Take your time. Rushing can leave urine behind in the bladder, causing you to feel the urge to go again much sooner. If you've made it this far, you're serious about protecting your health. Most people watch videos like this, but forget to subscribe, and they miss future health advice that could make a real difference. If you're finding this helpful, take a moment to subscribe. It's free, and it helps you stay informed with new health information every week. Now, let's put everything together. Here's what this routine looks like over the course of a normal day. Morning. Start your day with a glass of water before you drink your coffee. This is your foundation. Most people wake up slightly dehydrated after a full night's sleep, and starting your morning this way sets the tone for the rest of the day. Mid-morning to early afternoon. This is your primary hydration window. Sip fluids consistently throughout the day. Water, herbal tea, or whatever healthy beverage you enjoy. And aim to drink most of your daily fluids by mid-afternoon. Lunch. If you're going to eat a saltier meal, this is the best time to do it, not at dinner. Late afternoon. Have your last caffeinated drink of the day if you choose to have one. Dinner. Keep it lighter in sodium. Use a little less soup, a little less sauce, and add flavor with fresh herbs or a squeeze of lemon instead of extra salt. 2 hours before bed. Begin gradually reducing your fluid intake. Take only small sips if necessary, right before bed. If you experience swelling in your legs, elevate them for a short time. Then completely empty your bladder immediately before lying down. This isn't about perfection. It's about creating a consistent rhythm. Even following just 3 or 4 of these 5 rules consistently can make a noticeable difference within 1 or 2 weeks. And I want to be honest with you. For some people, nighttime urination isn't caused only by hydration habits. It may also be related to certain medications, blood sugar problems, prostate enlargement in men, or pelvic floor changes in women. If you follow these hydration strategies for a few weeks and you're still waking up several times each night, it's worth talking with your doctor. Not because something is necessarily seriously wrong, but because there may be another factor contributing to your situation. And you deserve real answers, not guesswork. Let's review the 5-step method one more time. 1. Drink most of your water earlier in the day. 2. Gradually reduce fluids during the 2 hours before bedtime. 3. Watch the timing of caffeine and alcohol. 4. Save higher sodium meals for lunchtime. 5. Elevate your legs if needed and completely empty your bladder before bed. I know what it feels like to dread going to bed because you expect to wake up again just a few hours later. I know how exhausting that cycle becomes, not only physically, but emotionally as well. You deserve a full night of deep, uninterrupted sleep. Not someday, starting tonight. Imagine waking up feeling truly refreshed instead of being interrupted every few hours. That's exactly what this method is designed to help you achieve. So here's my challenge for you. Try this method for the next 7 days. It doesn't have to be perfect, just be consistent. I genuinely love to hear how it goes. Come back and tell me in the comments how many times you are waking up each night before you started, and how that number changed by the end of the week. I read every comment, and I'd love to celebrate your progress with you. If you found this video helpful, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel, because next week I'll be covering the second most common cause of sleep disruption after the age of 50. And trust me, it's probably something you've never even considered. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Take good care of yourself, and here's to your best night's sleep yet. I'm Dr. Berg, and I'll see you in the next video.